Hey everyone, welcome back to Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. We were just about to hear another testimony from Norma de Plume. So let's keep going. What I saw and what I heard. The killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As they approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. But when the pirate hat victim came floating up, I let out a scream. So the orca displayed the same behavior as during the incident a year ago. That's right. Those weren't just simple cries. It was singing. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. He kept headbutting while it sang the swashbuckling spectacular song. That's right. Wait. Hang on. Okay. That's right. They were singing the same song and singing in the aquarium stage show back then. They were singing while it was headbutting. Oh, it was perfectly horrible. I don't see a single obvious inconsistency in this testimony. It's clear I won't be able to take apart her statements with evidence alone. Mr. Wright, now would be a good time for me to put my skills to work. It's time to show what analytical psychology can really do. You seem pretty confident. Let me guess. You noticed a contradiction between the testimony and her emotions? You bet I did. And once I re-expose it, we just might be able to crack her. No scratch that. Make it. We'll definitely be able to. Let's give your knowledge of analytical psychology a try. You got it, boss. A complete analytical analysis of Mr. Plume's heart. Coming right up. Alright. Okay. What's the pool? That's weird. Got it! Mr. Plume, Orla really frightened you with her headbutting, didn't she? Don't be absurd. I certainly was not frightened by the likes of any killer whale. It must have been something else that scared her then, boss. However, I do remember being very afraid for some reason while it was doing that. It sounds like maybe you saw something we haven't discussed yet. Take your time and try to remember what it was. What did you see? This is practically turning into a counseling session. I saw something. I saw something? I remember now. Okay, good. Now, if you could please tell the court what you saw. I saw bright red blood. The killer whale's ramming caused the victim to bleed. There was a great cloud of blood. What? Yes, that's it. That's why I was so sure. That's when I knew that killer whale had killed a person for a second time. Well, that was a very compelling statement indeed. Looking at this again, there does appear to be something that could be a cloud of blood. So her terror was a reaction to blood, was it? That would certainly explain what happened yesterday. Please take a look at this blood-stained coin. Eek! Cease and desist at once. What kind of man shows a lady blood? She doesn't have to get so worked up. I was badly injured during an interview once. Ever since then, I've been terrified of blood. The very sight of it dreadfully upsets my delicate sensibilities. This is a bad turn. If Mr. Plume saw blood, then does that mean Orla really did attack the victim? It would appear the orcas are even more vicious than I am. So, how does it feel to be thoroughly rammed by your own cross-examination, right, Dono? Well, what do we do now, boss? That testimony was not at all what I expected to hear. Wait a minute. There's still some discord left in Mr. Plume's heart. Probably just need to get some water there. What? You mean there's more? Yes, but there's no telling what it is. It could be something even more damaging. Is there even anything left in our case to damage? Well, whatever it is, we have to face it head on. Athena, you believe in Orla, right? If so, there's no reason for us to shy away from the truth. Yeah, you're right. I know we can handle the truth, whatever it is, so let's delve a little deeper. You've got it, boss. Okay, let's see here. Info updates. After I started headbutting, I saw that Alpha Blood was terrified. When the pirate head and victim came floating up, I let out a scream.
Got it!
That's weird. Huh? The fee appears to lessen here at this statement. Excuse me. Mr. Plume, weren't you afraid when you saw the victim with blood coming out of him? My, that's a very good question. I was shaken after witnessing the murder, yes, but then blood seemed to disappear. Disappear? And why do you suppose that was? Simple. It was because of the pirate hat. After the killer whale put on the hat on, the cloud of blood disappeared.
Objection!
And how exactly does that work? How should I know? I'm just telling you what I remember. I remember, Blue Boy. Wait a minute. From whom was this blood that Mr. Plume saw coming from? That would have to be Aura Shipley herself.
Take that!
Consider this. Maybe the one who was bleeding wasn't the victim. I beg your pardon? What kind of ridiculous nonsense is that? There was no one else in that pool besides the victim. Oh, I wouldn't say there was no one else. It is an orca pool, after all. What? Then where is this alleged injury on the defendant? I'm not sure, but if simply wearing a pirate hat made the blood disappear, then the blood must have been coming from somewhere on Orla's head. Whoa. What? The orca's head? What are you prattling on about now? Please think about it again, Mr. Plume. Think back to what you really saw. That is, the one who was bleeding was not the victim, but the killer whale? I remember now. There wasn't any blood coming from the victim after all. Ooh, 0. Good. We did it! Analytical psychology got us what we needed from her. That was a huge help, Athena. It was also pretty dicey for a while, though. Well, this is a surprise. The blood the witness saw was the defendants, not the victims. That is correct. And since there was no blood coming from the victim, there was only one thing we can conclude. That what Mr. Plume witnessed was not the moment of the murder, as she claims.
Objection!
I thought you were unarmed, but it turns out you were concealing a sword all along. Nevertheless, it is far too dull to cut to the bone. Meaning? I'm glad that what the witness saw was not the victim's blood, but it proves nothing. After all, being rammed doesn't always result in a wound that bleeds, does it? Death come from internal hemorrhaging is also a possibility. He has a point there. If you wish to challenge me to a duel, you'll need a sharper blade than that, right, Dono? I demand evidence that proves the witness did not see the moment of the murder. It must be something. Think, Phoenix. You're correct. Then the victim's death occurred before the plume saw it. If the victim was already dead when Aura started her headbutting, then that would mean that he died sometime before Mr. Plume was watching her. The events Mr. Plume's witness took place at around 10:10 a.m. Now, I must have something that can tell us about what happened before 10:10 a.m. Let's see here. I think it's this one here.
Take that!
We've only seen the footage from 10:09 to 10:10 a.m., which means there's still footage going further back that we need to check. Your Honor, I request that all of the security footage be played for the court. All of the footage? Mr. Plume witnessed the cloud of blood at around 10:10 a.m., but I believe the victim was already dead by that time. So your assertion is that the murder took place before Mr. Plume arrived. Exactly. The security camera footage starts at 10 a.m. when the aquarium opened. And I believe there was a vital evidence in the 10 minutes before. You are quite the gambling man, right, Dono? Are you honestly willing to risk everything on those mere 10 minutes? I've been on similar chances before, but when he puts it that way...
Hold it!
My boss is no coward, Prosecutor Blackwell, so I suggest you get ready to eat humble pie. Uh-oh, I can't back down now. Well, if the defense is that confident in its importance, Prosecutor Blackwell, the security footage. Fulbright. Roger, I have the rest of the security footage right here. Very well. Please play for the court. I'm sorry, I need to pause real quick. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I had to clear my throat, and I didn't want it on the video. Anyway, very well. Please play for the court. Please have something for me. This is what it looked like at 10:10 a.m. The witness can be seen here. Alright, I'll just back the footage up to the beginning now. It appears Mr. Plume hasn't arrived yet at this point. Now to see if I can find something from before this point in time. Is that it? Yep, that's all the footage there is. Well, Mr. Wright, did you see what you were looking for? We got nothing. Well, right, Dono? Those were the 10 minutes you placed your bet on. Did you see anything of significance? Did I see anything important? I better think about this carefully. In the footage we see... nothing important. We can see nothing of importance in that footage. Just as I thought. Ha ha ha. You're right about that. That section was completely meaningless. It It doesn't show a thing. That's why I didn't submit it as evidence.
Objection!
No, it's just the opposite. Huh? What do you mean by that? In this 10 minutes of footage, something that important that should be isn't there. Detective Fulbright, this footage should have been submitted as evidence. What? Are you questioning by the way I carry out my duty to justice? Mr. Wright, explain yourself, please. What is what is this important thing that you say should be in the footage, but isn't? I guess it's this one, maybe. I hope this is correct.
Take that!
The important thing we should see in the footage is the victim himself, Jack Shipley. I don't know about you, but I didn't see him get in the pool in that footage. Oh! Ah, that's right. If the victim is not shown entering the pool in this footage, it means that he must have been there by the skull rock during those 10 minutes. But no human being can hold their breath underwater for that long. Wait a minute. Are you saying? When the security camera started up at 10 a.m., the victim was already dead. What? Order in the court. If that's the case, then when was the victim murdered? I don't know, Your Honor, but we now know it had to have been sometime before 10 a.m. Therefore, this footage can no longer be called decisive evidence against my client. But there was no one else who could have killed the victim. Not necessarily. The defense believes that the true culprit may have been human. And we have evidence to back up our theory as well. Do you now? I would be very interested in seeing this evidence. The defense's trump card, that thing we found during our investigation yesterday. I wouldn't go so far as to call it decisive, but now is the time to play it. Very well, Mr. Wright, please submit your evidence. What evidence shows that the crime may have been committed by a human? I think that's the coin here.
Take that!
What's this? A coin? Yes, a fake coin used in the aquarium's pirate show. We found it beside the pool. This coin is quite possibly the real murder weapon. This tiny little coin is the murder weapon? Mr. Wright, this is another one of your bluffs. As they say, the bolder the presentation, the less confident the solicitor. This is no bluff, and this isn't the only coin. There were 300 of these coins in all, weighing a total of about 7 pounds. This one just happens to have blood on it. Do you have the blood analyzed to see whose it is? Not yet. But there's coins scattered all around the body, and the victim had a head wound. Taking these things into account, I believe it has to be the victim's blood. So to put it together, we have about 7 pounds of coins by the side of the pool. One of them with a bloodstain on it. I think the answer is pretty clear here. Your Honor, the defense proposes that the victim was killed beside the pool. The side of the pool? But if the murder took place there, it would be difficult to say that Oka did it. I realize you were trying to defend your client, but that theory is preposterous. How can 300 coins possibly be made to hit someone all at once? It'd be pretty easy if they were in a bag or something of that nature. And so where is this bag the coins were in? Unfortunately, Your Honor, we recovered nothing of the sort from the scene. It's possible the culprit took it with them. They took it? The true culprit used the coins as a blunt instrument to commit murder. Then they threw the body into the pool before the security camera sorted up. And then they left, taking the bag of the coins were in with them. They got rid of the evidence that points to a human culprit pin the blame on Orla. That was brilliant, Mr. Wright. You found a way to introduce the possibility of a human perpetrator. Yeah, somehow. Let's hope my luck holds out. I wonder why Prosecutor Blackwell hasn't said anything. The possibility of a perpetrator other than the defendant has now been suggested. But we hold this possibility to be true, then what did Miss Plume witness? That's right. I saw the killer whale attack the victim, just like it did a year ago, singing a song. I guess there is still that. I guess there still is that. Sorry about that, you got distracted. Even with somebody else as the culprit, Ola's behavior still seems pretty bizarre. I wonder why she was doing the same things she did a year ago. But is it really that bizarre? What do you mean? To explain the inexplicable, all we have to do is turn our thinking around. Turn our thinking around, huh? Sounds good to me. Time to give her the old turn my thinking around method a try. Instead of trying to figure out why Ola did the same things she did a year ago, I can consider the results that were produced by her behavior this time around. Ola sing a song, did some headbutts, and bit the victim. If the real culprit wanted to shift the suspicion onto Orla, then they wouldn't have been needed to give people a reason to think Orla did it in the first place. Mr. Wright, as a lawyer, how do you explain your client's actions? I believe we should think of it in this way, Your Honor. What kind of effect did Orla's actions have on the case? Very well. Then why don't you explain it for the court? How do the defendant's actions affect the case? They create a witness. Mr. Plume focused on her attention on the ochre pool because she heard the song. The Ola's act of singing a song created a witness. Created a witness? Isn't it possible that fabricating a witness was the real culprit's true intention? After all, Mr. Plume witnessed two things. She saw Ola headbutt something over and over, and she saw the ochre bite the victim. Those two actions of Ola's might have been the real culprit's plot to make a witness think the ochre was attacking the victim. Are you saying that the defendant was being manipulated by the true perpetrator? Exactly. And that would explain all those actions perfectly. But the defendant is an ochre. Is it even possible to manipulate her? Yes, there is a way to manipulate Ola's behavior. With this. He shoots the whistle.
Take that!
Is this a whistle? Yes, Your Honor. Trainers at the aquarium use whistles to issue commands to Orla. But in truth, anyone can do it, provided they know the right signals. Oh, that must be how they get Orla to do tricks for their private shows. The true culprit hid the body in a spot that couldn't be seen from the visitor's corridor. Then, when Mr. Plume appeared, they gave Orla the commands. In other words, Orla was manipulated by the culprit to perform a series of tricks. What? And, as for you, Mr. Plume, you were manipulated by the true culprit to play the part of the witness. Norman the Plume, was set up? Norman the Plume, writer extraordinaire, was used? No. No! Mr. Plume, please do something about your attire. What? Please do something about your attire. Ugh, that was one wardrobe malfunction I did not want to see. It would appear that we need to shift our suspicion toward someone other than Orla. Prosecutor Blackwell, please have the blood stain report analyzed. You waste your breath. I guess even Prosecutor Blackwell can't refute the possibility of a human suspect. You did it, boss. If the crime happened beside the pool, there's no way an orca could have done it. Now, if only we could find the bag the coins were in. In light of the new discovery, it would appear that the orca couldn't have done it. Exactly, Your Honor. If the blood on the coin proves to be that of the victim, we can unequivocally overturn Oliver's accusation.
Objection!
Oh, great. Overturn the defendant's accusation? I think not. Ack! My hair! My beautiful hair! Yesterday, a new inmate was brought into the prison. He said, the moment you relax is when you're most vulnerable. I what did this man go in for? He is merely a sneaky thief who enjoys a spot of fishing now and again. The right dono here would be easier to hook than any fish. Oh. That hawk sure does love the judge's head. What's this? A coin from the before and some sort of bag? A bag? I don't think I'm going to like this. This is the coin bag that the 300 coins were in. I believe we were looking for this. How did you get that? I never said we didn't find it in the crime scene. The bag had blood on it, and so naturally I had it sent to the crime lab. And does the blood belong to the victim? It does indeed, as does the blood on the coin. I knew it. So the blood on the coin did belong to the victim. The bag was open and the coins had all spilled out. But the bag alone wasn't proof enough to say that it was used as the murder weapon. However, thanks to the defense and the coin, I am more than satisfied that it was. Prosecutor Blackwell, are you conceding that the true culprit committed the murder with a bag of coins? I shall concede that the victim was put into the pool after his death. However, even with the bag, it doesn't change the fact that it was the orca who killed the victim. What? How can you still suspect Orla? You said that the true culprit manipulated Orla's behavior. But Orla isn't the kind of orca that would let someone control her. If anything, Orla used the victim's behavior against him to murder him. What? But are you arguing that the orca manipulated a human being? To prove it, I have summoned another witness. Marlon Rhymes. Take the stand. Marlon Rhymes is a witness? Well, don't just stand there. Say your name. I told you I didn't want to be a witness. I thought one witness would be quite enough to prove the defendant's guilt. But apparently White Dono won't be satisfied until every stone is turned. Well, son of a... Alright, fine. If we gotta talk, then let's get this over with. Mr. Rhymes doesn't seem like a willing witness. I wonder what Prosecutor Blackwell is going to have him testify about. So could we have your name and occupation for the record, witness? Hoi, yo, ho, ho. People of the law, time to testify. Chilling with my crew at the ship shape. Orcas, penguins, and the seascape. Feeding and feeding, there ain't no end. With them bratty kids, tours, I shall transcend. Noob animal keeper, in the house of rhymes. I'm the master keeper, rolling with the rhymes. Oh my, I'm afraid I couldn't understand a word you said. Is that flip-flop music you young people nowadays like? So close, Your Honor. So close, and yet so far. What? Flip-flop? It's called rap, not flip-flop. Or maybe hip-hop, actually. Please proceed with your testimony, witness, without the flip-flop. Okay, fine. But I don't want to do this, I tell ya. I feel like I'm selling Sasha out. The man manipulating Orca. At about 10:10 a.m., I was in the staff room. I heard a loud noise from the pool room, so I went to the door to look in. I couldn't see the captain or the Orca, but I saw a bunch of coins scattered around. The Orca knows that there was a certain spot people send to play volleyball with her. I think maybe she knocked down the stuff that was piled up there and hid the captain. So that gives us a little more info about the area around the Orca pool. Orca pool diagram updated in the report record. It also has information about the area around the Orca pool on the first and second floor. The pool is about 65 feet deep. The defendant made the stuff fall down. Overturned crates and assorted props were scattered all over the pool room floor. There was no doubt that it was the Orca that caused the mess. But could she really have done that from within the pool? As I said, the Orca is the only one that could have performed such a feat. The pool and his room were tidied the night before, including its various odds and ends. But when the arriving Marlin took a look-see, over 400 pounds of props had fallen. To move it all in one go would challenge even the brawny prisoner in the cell next to mine. What is he, the jail gossip? So how did the 400 pounds of items fall out at once? I'll tell you how. Orca pulled on the cloth that was underneath them. A weight that would be all but impossible for a human to move. Was child's play to an Orca. During a friendly game of volleyball, the defendant made the crates fall, and the bag of coins was among the items fell on the victim's head and killed him. The Orca then toyed with the victim's body underwater, which is what Mr. Plume saw.
Objection!
But the witness only said he heard a loud noise. That doesn't automatically make it the sound of Orca making the items fall. Also, why did you only look in on the pool room anyway, Mr. Rhymes? Now Orca sometimes makes a loud noise to summon her trainer. But I'm still a newbie, so I don't have a security card to get into the pool room yet. So even if she tries to summon somebody, there isn't much I can do about it. I see. So the witness couldn't enter the crime scene.
Objection!
If Mr. Rhymes couldn't enter the room, there's at least one thing he can be sure about. His statement that the Orca was playing volleyball is purely speculation.
Silence!
Whether the Orca was actually playing volleyball or not is not the issue. Traces of the Orca's saliva were found on a cloth that was underneath the crates. The important point is that the Orca is the only one that could have moved the items. Ugh! I have to discredit that statement somehow. If I don't, it means that Orca was the culprit, even if the victim died beside the pool. Alright, we're almost done with this first part here. Okay. Oops, hang on. I'll go back here. To present the calendar.
Objection!
You say you were in the staff room? But is that really true? Of course it's true. Why would I lie about a thing like that? Mr. Rhymes, have you ever seen this calendar before? Hey, that's... I see you recognize... I see you recognize it. Yeah, that's the raffle calendar. There's a big hit at the Ship Shape Aquarium gift shop. Thank you for shopping at Ship Shape. Mr. Rhymes, please refrain from scattering fish around the witness stand. None to worry, your baldness. Tucker will have them cleaned up in no time. I guess that bird comes in handy now and then. Alright, Mr. Wright, we have all seen your cute souvenir. Now, if you wouldn't mind... no, Your Honor, this isn't my calendar. It was originally the witness's, but I came into the possession of a certain young lady. What? Mr. Rhymes and this young lady first met each other in a food prep room. After a mishap, the calendars got switched around. They ran into each other at about 10:10 a.m. in the food prep room. So clearly, the witness was not in the staff room. In other words, there was no way he could have heard the noise in the pool room upstairs. Arg! What's this? This is the first time hearing about any calendar. That's because Mr. Rhymes and Pearls were keeping it a secret. You lied to me? This transgression will not go unpunished. Arr! So, Mr. Rhymes, you didn't hear the noise of the equipment falling after all, did you? Okay, I admit it. I didn't hear the noise in the Orca pool room myself. But somebody told me about it. Who told you about it? It was, unless you tell the truth, Mr. Rhymes, I can't save Orla. And I'm sure you know how sad that would make Miss Buckler. I heard about it from Sasha. What? From Miss Buckler? But that doesn't make sense. What is going on here? Now it's the trainer's own words that drive the Orca into a corner. How do you like being bitten by your own client, right, Dono? I certainly didn't see this coming. What perfect timing. There was something that I wanted to ask Miss Buckler about the Orca. The prosecution calls the trainer, Miss Sasha Buckler, to the stand. Yes, I suppose it would be a good idea to hear what the Orca's trainer has to say. I don't know what Sasha is going to say. I'll just have to meet in head-on, whatever it is. We will take a 20-minute recess while the witness is summoned. To be continued. Right. That's really good timing, actually. Right. Let's see here. I guess this one. And with that, I will end this video. And next time we will continue on with the testimony of Sasha Buckler. So until then, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit that like button. And I will see you all next time. So until then, take care.